Hello, everybody. Good morning, all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Right. Okay. I just waited till more students join. I sent my invitation to 226 students. Still only 142 students have joined. Right now, the list has been updated with more students. So the thing is, still I have 140 out of 220. So I don't know the status, the position regarding the others, whether they will join or not. Anyway, we can't wait anymore. So we will start because already 10 minutes are gone. Let the others join and then we will start our discussion and go on. 140 out of 220 means there's a problem, right? That is why I just waited till more students join. Yeah, let's see. Let's continue our work and then let them join. Okay, last week in our last meeting, we discussed discourse markers and we did some activities as well. We are in the last activity. I asked you to write out the speech. Write out the speech that you can prepare, you have to deliver. I asked you to write it, right? You accepted to. You agreed to write it individually, right? I will listen to it later, right? I want to have a look at what you have written. No, right. We will start after listening to some of you, right? I will give the opportunity to volunteers. Then after that, we will start the new lesson. That would be better. Initially I had a different plan. At the end, I thought that I would listen to this. No, we will start by listening to your answers. Right. I would like to listen to some of your answers. What is the activity? I will take the document to the screen. Then it will be clearer. Yeah. No, this is not the document. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute to take the document to the screen. Right. This is the document. Right. We are in the last activity, speaking task. I asked you to write this because it is difficult to deliver this speech at once. So this is the activity. Should university students be required to learn English? So learn a foreign language. No need to talk about English even, right? Should university students be required to learn a foreign language? I asked you to prepare a speech. Yeah, you use at least 5 different discourse markers. 5 different discourse markers means there are discourse markers we use for various purposes, right? To add, to talk about cause and effect, to talk about similarity. Can you remember my lesson last week? Based on that, you can use different type of discourse markers, right? This group story, it is not valid. I would like to listen to some of you, right? Volunteers first. Quickly, in about 1 minute, I think one can present what he or she has written. Volunteers, yes. Did I ask you to write the speech?
Yes, sir.
Right. Has anybody written? Nobody? Nobody has written. Volunteers, at least one student to say that you have done your homework.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, sir.
right. Any of you? There are two students who are willing to present. Shall we give the first opportunity to Chanaka?
Okay, sir.
Right.
I
Can you
will
please
read.
read out?
Okay, sir. Good morning, all of you. Doctor,
Chanaka, we can't hear you. Chanaka, can you hear me? There is a problem, I think. We heard only the first few words. After that, we couldn't hear you. Chanaka? Okay, then we will call Chanaka later. The next one, 007 ICT. Can you please read out? ICT 007.
Yes, sir.
Shall we read out what you have written?
Okay, sir.
Right, thank you.
First of all, learning a new language helps students talk to people from other countries. Many schools already ask students to learn another language. This means they know it is important in today's world.
Hmm.
At the same time, students who travel to other countries for learning if they know the language. Because of this, many schools want to study other language. Finally, making language learning part of university life is a smart idea.
Right, good. You had to use some of the discourse markers and your ideas are also good. Right, thank you.
Sir, I had the power cut and leave this
Yeah, I
meeting.
thought that something is wrong. Now, is it okay? Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, Chanaka, can
Okay,
you
okay.
please read out then?
Okay, sir. Uh, Firstly, it helps improve their communication and understanding of other cultures. Moreover, it increases job opportunities in global companies. However, some students may struggle if they already have a heavy workload.
Hmm.
Therefore, universities should provide extra support and flexible options.
Hmm.
In conclusion, learn a foreign language is a valuable skill that benefits students personally and professionally. Thank you, sir.
Right, good, good. Thank you very much. Good. Right. Are there any other students who are willing to read out? Only two? Okay, then thank you both of you. I believe that others also have written, though they are not willing to read out. Right, please do the activities I assign you because we need to finish this section as soon as possible because still we did not come to academic writing. Right, my main concern is on academic writing. This is something general, right? Writing for general purposes here. Writing speeches, right? Talking about some other general things. This is not the thing actually I exactly want to discuss with you. We need to train you to take up piece of academic writing. That is my main aim, main target here. But anyway, right, we will start with that because without this, it is difficult to straight away move on to academic writing. Okay, today I will talk about the third topic. I will start it today, third one. Already you know what it is, punctuation marks. Before starting with punctuation marks, I will tell you why punctuation marks are important. Right, this is a document I sent you. Right, I think now it is visible. I sent you last evening along with the link, right? I will just discuss before starting my discussion here the importance of punctuation marks, right? Without punctuation marks, whatever you write is meaningless. For example, if suppose you forget to place the full stop, then what will happen? The reader will go on reading without stopping. Because at the end of the particular sentence, we need to say that it is the end of first idea. So ideas cannot be separated without full stop. And also, other punctuation marks are very important, right? Without commas and so on, sometimes the meaning might change, right? Especially in the spoken language, the pauses might change the idea, right? Like that. So these punctuation marks are very useful, right? So therefore, as a writer, we should exactly be aware of punctuation marks, and we also should use them correctly, right? I will tell you one historical incident to show the importance of punctuation marks, right? So you may have heard about Saradiyal, right? Saradiyal was a great trouble for the rulers at that time in Sri Lanka, right? It was very difficult to catch him. He comes, attacks, and he disappears. So it was a real trouble for the rulers, Sri Lankan rulers. So you know that was the period of the British colonization. Then anyhow, these army people, British army, they caught Saradiyal, and punishment cannot be given without permission of the queen, right? So after catching, a message was sent to queen. You know, those days there was no WhatsApp, no email, whatever. The messenger, the person has to take it to the queen, and then that person has to get the decision of the queen and come back to Sri Lanka. It takes several days. So anyway, after catching, the governor here, Sri Lankan governor, wrote a message. What was the content of the message? The kind of breaking of law, the commitment of the mistakes, the things he has done. There was a long report sent to the queen. Then queen read through the report, and queen decided that this person was a different type of a man of lot of abilities. So therefore, queen decided not to kill him, to imprison him, right? Put him in jail. Therefore, queen wrote a message. What was the message? Only 3 words, right? Message consisted of 3 words. What is that? Save, comma, not kill. Save, comma, not kill. Now, what does the message say? According to message, can the governor here kill Saradil? Save, comma, not kill. What is the meaning? Can the rulers here kill him? What is your idea? Save, comma, not kill. Did you understand my message? My point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Accordingly, yeah. ඒ කියන්නේ මරන්න එපා බේරන්න කියන එක නේද? In Sinhala. Right. Anyway. Right? So, the message was received. The governor received the message. After that, governor read. Right? He was shocked. If they release Saradiyal, or if the Saradiyal is put in jail, anyhow he knows that he might break the jail and run away. So therefore, what he did was he deleted the comma and wrote the comma after not. The original message was save, comma, not kill. They changed the message. They changed only the comma. Then what does the message say now? Save, not, comma, kill. Completely opposite. Right? Now see the importance of the comma. Right? Comma has become a cause for the man to die. Right? In that case, RDL was killed. Right? Just because of the comma. Right? I just told you this story because I wanted to tell you the importance of punctuation mark. So in your speech, in your writing also, if you forget comma, if you use comma in the wrong place, sometimes the meaning might change. Right? So therefore, these punctuation marks are very useful. Remember. Right? Each and every punctuation mark, some of them are actually not in use at present. I will tell them what they are. And sometimes these punctuation marks is used in place of certain words. We can delete some words and use the punctuation mark in their place. Right? Therefore, remember, these things are very useful in writing. Right? Let's see what are the punctuation marks here. Right? There is one whole passage, 2 sentences. Right? In these 2 sentences, all the punctuation marks are included. This is not a creation of myself. Right? I got this from somewhere. Right? So these 2 sentences include all the punctuation marks. First, we will read the sentences. Why Study English is the title of a book. It's the book name of the book. What is the name of the book? Why Study English is the title of a book, semicolon. It is also a question. Right? We can look at this, why study English, in 2 angles. One angle is, it is the title of a name of a book. The other one is a question. Right? Full stop. That is the end of sentence number 1. Then, an English speaking pupil. English speaking. Hyphenated word. In between English and speaking, there is a hyphen. Right? Now, this hyphen is no more used. In most of the time, we do not use hyphen. That is why I told you, there are certain punctuation marks that we do not use at present. Right? An English speaking pupil, I will tell you when I explain the punctuation mark, why this punctuation is here. Or, comma, or a student, comma, might answer quotation because I got 2 after 2 exclamation mark, then dash. Look at the difference between hyphen and dash. Hyphen is short, dash is long. Especially if they are at school. Right? They means who? Students. Bracket, where it is a part of the syllabus. Colon, 2 dots means colon, compulsory until the age of 60. So these are the 2 sentences, 1 paragraph, and it contains all the punctuation marks that are used in English. I must tell you one more thing. The use of punctuation marks may vary from language to language. I don't think that this colon, 2 dots, and hyphen, these are not used in either in Tamil or Sinhala. As I know, in Sinhala, we never use colon, 2 dots, or we do not use hyphen. Right? And also capitalization. These 3 punctuations are not available in Tamil or Sinhala. I don't know much about Tamil according to what I have heard. Right? One of the Tamil speakers, if I am wrong, you can correct. Right? As I know, in Tamil or Sinhala, we don't have capital letters. This what is called hyphen or colon, 2 dots. But in English, they are available. So you should understand the difference between the two languages, and especially you should know when to use them, because they have a meaning like words, right? Colon, compulsory until the age of 16, close bracket and full stop. Right. Now these are the punctuation marks I have used here. Right. First one is question mark. Can you see? Right. What does question mark suggest according to your knowledge? When do we use question mark? What is the meaning?
About asking question.
Yeah. To say that it is a question. To say that it is a question. Right. Then the second one is inverted commas. Inverted commas means quotation marks. Right? Quotation marks are used to say something. These are not my ideas. I have taken it from somewhere, maybe from the words of some other person, or I have taken this from a book. That is the meaning. Then semicolon. Semicolon is dot and comma. I will discuss when to use semicolon. Semicolon is used for two purposes. Right? Let's see what are the two purposes. Then capital letters, you know. What do you know about capital letters? When to use? When to use capital letters?
Beginning of a name.
Yeah. Name means proper nouns. Names of people, places, countries, etc. Right. There is more important place. What is that place?
Beginning of a sentence.
Beginning of a new sentence. To begin a new sentence, we have to start with the capital letter. Right? These are two rules regarding capitalization. Then we have exclamation mark. Right? We draw a line from top to bottom, small one, and at the end, there is a dot. That is called exclamation mark. Right? This is the example. Go. Where is it? I have got two. Right. What are the uses of exclamation mark? According to your knowledge, there are several uses.
Greetings.
Greetings. Yeah. First one. May you recover soon. Yes. Other than that, to see our surprise. Sometimes, mostly our feeling. Right? My God, etc. So after that, we use exclamation mark. Yeah. Expressions means after wishes, even greetings and wishes same, right? To express our surprise or our feelings, right? We can use exclamation mark. We will come to that, right? We will come to that. Now, because I have got to means our feeling, the student's feeling here, right? So I just introduce my discussion here. Apostrophe can be used for two purposes. One is to show possession, right? The student's book, student apostrophe S, right? Girls is school, boys is school. That is one. The second one is we can drop some words, delete certain letters, and in to represent those letters, we can use apostrophe. I means here I have. I means I have. Where is HA? We have deleted HA and we have used apostrophe. Don't, do not, etc. Right? Especially, I will come to this. Then the full stop this side, it marks the end of the sentence. Hyphen as one. Right? English speaking in between hyphen suggests that English speaking should be considered as one word. Otherwise, English separately, speaking separately, the meaning might change. Comma has a lot of purposes. For many purposes, we can use the comma. Right? I told you one of the examples. To separate parts of a sentence, we can use the comma. To use very often, it is mainly used in informal. You do not find dash very important. Right? Sometimes when we want to repeat something, we want to further explain, right? We use dash. Then brackets. Brackets are also used for the same purpose, to explain something further or to give examples or whatever it is. Then the colon has many purposes, many uses, right? Colon is used in place of that is or they are. Usually when do we use that is? So without colon we have, right? So these are the punctuation marks which are commonly used in English. Not commonly even, that's all. We use all the question mark, all the punctuation marks we use in English. Now we will take one by one and we will discuss them. Then after discussing them, I expect that you use the correct punctuation mark in your writing. Right? Right. Okay. So we'll take one by one. First one is comma. What can we say about comma? Together with the full stop, the comma is the most commonly used punctuation mark. What is the most common one? Full stop. And comma is next. So these are, right, very often used in writing. Basically, it separates parts of a sentence. Basically, comma is used to separate parts of a sentence. There is one more use, that is to separate the items of a list. Pens, comma, pencils, comma, erasers, right, comma, and foot rule. Right, remember. Second one, full stop. Very simple, right? A full stop is used to end a sentence. The next sentence begin with a capital letter. Example, can you see? Question and English speaking, right? Then the colon, regarding colon, we have discussed a lot. Let's see, right, what we have to say about colon. A colon is a rather infrequent punctuation mark. Infrequent means rare, not seldom, right? Rare. Colon is rare. In Sinhala, this is not present. Tamil, this is not present. In English also, this is used rarely, not very often. They are interrelated, right? Without the part before colon or without the part after colon, the other part is incomplete. I will repeat it. We write something and we use the colon. After colon, we write something else. Right? They are like, right, brother and sister. Or two brothers, two sisters. Without one part, the other part is meaningless. Right? That is why it is called interdependence. You know, inter means between. Dependence means they depend on. Right? Depend on one another. So therefore, be careful before using this particular punctuation mark, colon. But I will tell you with examples, don't worry. Between the unit it separates. Look at. Suppose we do not use the first part. We write, John's father has arrived. Right? It is not a news there. What is the news? So there's a question. So therefore, right, John's father has arrived. Support the first part by completing the idea. If we forget the first part, if we only say John's father has arrived, no meaning. Nobody will care about it. Therefore, these two are interdependent. The second part depends on the first part, and also first part depends on the second part. What is the use? The second part further explains The second part explain the word news here. Right? Second part gives what the news is. Right? Actually, here we can use that is. Didn't you see that? Right? We can say, I have some news for you. That is, that John's father has a list of items. Before writing the items list, we can use the colon. Right? That is also in place of that is or there. Let's see example. It can be used to introduce a list of items, often preceded by namely, such as, or as follows. Right? These are also what is called connectors. Isn't that so? Discourse markers. After these three, we can use the colon. Let's see. Look at the example. Please send the items indicated below. Please send the passport, visa application, correct fee. Right? That is a method of rhetoric writing. Rhetoric writing can vyakta kathane. When we want to say something in a better way, advanced way, we have to use them. Right? Did you understand the two uses of colon? Colon is preceded by a list, and also we can use colon to show the interdependence between the two ideas. Right. Then we will come to apostrophe. Apostrophe. You already know, I discussed it. And apostrophe is most commonly used, most frequently used to indicate there is an S at the end. What can you see? This is plural. There is an S at the end. So we can use only an apostrophe. For example, children. How to make the possessive? Children. Only apostrophe or apostrophe S. Child is singular, right? So if there is an S, we can use only apostrophe. Otherwise, apostrophe S. To show ES, no apostrophe. IT apostrophe S means it is. It is the second use of apostrophe, right? I did not discuss it yet. Right? Regarding nouns, only regarding nouns, not regarding pronouns, right? Apostrophe S and only apostrophe. That is to show the possession. Second part, it is also used in contraction. Contraction means making certain words short. I have, I. Do not, don't. Didn't, meaning did not. Right? Okay. Next one is question mark. Regarding question mark also, there is something useful I have discussed. We are not going to use the question mark after all questions. Right? Only after particular type of questions we use the question mark. There are several types of questions. Right? We have yes, no questions. We have informative questions. We have direct questions. We have indirect questions. Right? We have tag questions. We have embedded questions. Right? Lot of questions are there. Here I will talk about two types of questions, direct and indirect. Right? Only after to use the question mark. For example, direct question means question is alone. Nothing is added to the question. For example, where are you going? This question to another sentence. The embedded can right? So this is a question actually. The question is included, right? So that is this, right? So that is the structure of a direct question. What is your name? What is your name? Right? I want to know what your name. Singalit මේක තියෙනවා. කියලා කියලා අපි එකතු කරනවානේ. right? මට කියන්න ඔයා කොහෙද යන්නේ කියලා. කොහෙද යන්නේ කියන එක තියෙනවා. ඒක ප්‍රශ්නේ මේක නෙමෙයි මූලික වාක්‍ය වෙන්නේ. මට කියන්න කියන එක. right? ඔයා කොහෙද යන්නේ කියපුවාම that is the question. Do you understand? So that is the difference between direct and indirect question. So we use the question mark only after direct questions. After indirect questions, we are not going to use it. Because the first part is, please tell me. The question is included in the sentence. That is what has happened. So then we are not going to use the question mark here. Right? Is it clear? Right? If I know the answer, I will explain. Right? If I don't know, sorry. Right? I believe that I can answer your questions. My knowledge is enough to answer your questions. Please question me if anything is not clear to you. Right. Then dash. Dash is somewhat long. Right? This is not used in formal writing. This is used in informal writing, especially when you write dialogues and so on. In your speech, the activity I gave you last week, there is a possibility of using dash. But when you write something scientific passage or something, that's the window. Right? It is shown in written language by using a dash. Right? That is not present. This situation is not found in formal writing. Right? Academic writing or whatever. A dash is used to indicate a break, often informal. Break informal. Look at the example. He received the prize, dash, a prize and prize certificate. Sorry, he received a prize and a certificate as well. When we read out this, we say he received a prize, short break, after short break, and a certificate as well. But when we write it, how do you understand? Right? So
Yes,
this
sir.
dash indicates that they are two different things, and then this is used mostly in spoken form or informal situation. Pramod, do you have to say something?
No, sir. I say no.
I
Okay.
thought that you wanted to say something because you unmuted your microphone. Right. Okay. Did you understand the situation? Therefore, this is not that much useful to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Your field. Right? Okay. Then the next one is semicolon. Dot and comma. Dot. Below the dot, we have the comma. Right? I don't think this is also used much in Sinhala. Right? What is mostly used in Sinhala? Full stop and comma. Brackets, functions. There are two. I will discuss them. Let's see first one. A semicolon coordinates or join two independent but related clauses or sentences. Sometimes you may not understand it. I will explain it to you. Semicolon coordinate means combine or join two independent. Independent means they are one idea does not depend on the other. In the case of colon, the ideas are dependent. One meaning of one part depend on the other. That is what we discuss. Colon එකේදී මං කිව්වේ දෙක interrelated කියලා. දැන් මෙතන no interrelated. They are independent. Without one, the other one is meaningful. Independent කිව්වේ ඒකනේ. Right? But related. But they are related. Without one, the other. The lecture was badly delivered. Semicolon. It went on, right, far too long as well. Two ideas. Both of them are about lecture, same lecture. That is the relation. But without the second part, first part has a meaning. The lecture was badly delivered. Meaningful. Without first part, second part is meaningful. The lecture went on too long. Right? So actually, semicolon combines these two ideas. What are the conditions? They should be interdependent. Swadhinai, right? But related. ඒ වුණාට සම්බන්ධ එකිනෙකට. එකක් නැතුව අනික වැඩ කරන්න පුළුවන්. කෝලන් එකේ දෙකක් නැතුව අනික බෑ. සෙමිකෝලන් එකේ දෙකක් නැතුව අනික පුළුවන්. හැබැයි දෙකම එක නේද? මෙතන සාමාන්‍යයෙන් and වාගේ තමයි නේද? Here in place of this we can use comma with and. Did you understand? We can say the lecture was badly delivered and it went on too long as well. So in place of and we can use semicolon here. The meaning is and. That is one of the uses. Right? Look at the second use that is very much useful in your field, science and technology. Right? In science and technology, we need to separate groups. Right? That is a part of academic writing even. Right? Sometimes we have list, several lists. To separate list, we need to use semicolon. To separate the items in the list, come on. Remember that. See, this is the sentence. The chief commodities. Commodities means the items included. Ingredients. Right? The chief commodities means chief ingredients. There are 3 lists here. What is the first list? The chief commodities are, can you see here, colon? Right? Here colon is also.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because colon indicate what comes after is a list. Butter, cheese, milk, egg. End of list number 1. There are 4 items in the first list. Items have been separated with the comma. Now that is the end of the first list. Before starting the second list, we have the semicolon. It separates between list, not items, right? Second list is lamb, beef, veal, pork. End of second list. Before writing third list, we have semicolon. Oats, barley, rye, and wheat. Right? What can you say about the first list? Butter, cheese, milk, egg. How can you explain that? Butter, cheese, milk, and egg, they are animal products. We take them
Yeah.
from animals. Isn't
Mhm.
that so? Second list, lamb, beef, veal, pork,
Meat.
meat. Type of meat. Now, the lamb is taken from sheep, the meat of sheep. Right? Beef from the cattle. Veal is from the baby cattle. Right? Unmatured one. Pork is taken from the pig. So these are different types of meats. These are animal products. Last list, oats, barley, rye, and wheat. They are plant products.
Seeds.
Plant products, grains. Right? So like that. So there are 3 lists. To separate list between list, semicolon. To separate between items in the list, comma. That is how you have to use. Right. I think up to this point, it's okay. No problem. Then the hyphen. Now, of course, hyphen is not used in modern English, right? But earlier it was used. I will explain this anyway. Whenever you read the book, you may find hyphen. Therefore, we will discuss that as well. A hyphen separate, in some cases, the prefix from the second part of the word. Sometimes you may have no idea about prefix. Prefix means you know the meaning of the word fix. Fix means join. Pre means before. We can join few letters before a word and change the meaning. For example, happy. We can add un. Un is the prefix. Right? Like, dislike. Not always. Sometimes prefix and the word, both of them are separated with the hyphen. But even not happen at present. Earlier, the word coordinator was written with CO hyphen ORDI. Cooperation, CO hyphen OP. Now, in modern English, this hyphen is normal. Right? Therefore, don't worry about your writing. You can write coordinator without prefix, without, not prefix, hyphen, cooperation even without hyphen, right? Earlier, hyphen was a must in between. Otherwise, the word was wrong. In modern English, that is out, right? See, co-opt, can you see? Especially co, when we use co as a prefix, that co was separated with the verb from the verb with hyphen. Now we use co-opt as one word, right? So that is the case of prefixes, right? In the case of prefixes, without hyphen, we can combine them together. But in the case of words, it is different. Earlier, sometimes, to consider two words as one. For example, English is speaking. English is one word, speaking is another word. But we can combine them together to make one word. English is speaking, English is කතා කරන්නේ. එක වචනයක් නේ සිංහලෙන් කිව්වොත් එහෙම. But in English, that was hyphenated. At present, two words. But when understanding, we take the meaning together. Right? ඒ වාගේ බලන්න. Right? It joins some compound words. We call it compound words. Self-control, especially with self. Right? Self-control, self-hyphen control. Now we can write self-control as two words. Two words. Right? 91. Earlier, there was hyphen between 90 and 1. English is speaking. Right? Like that. Especially when we combine two nouns together. Earlier, there was a hyphen. Now, no hyphen, right? Therefore, don't worry about it. I discussed this because in old form of writing, written form, this hyphen was there. Then you should understand that these two are together. Right. Next one is quotation mark. Quotation mark, quotes or inverted commas as we call them. Quotation mark, you know it, neither. Quotation marks or inverted commas, they may be single or double. Single quotation mark, double quotation mark. Especially single quotation marks are used to say that we have quoted the title of a book, not words, title. Right? Then we can use single quotation. When we quote the ideas of others, you better use double quotation mark. That is the situation. Right? They enclose the actual words of the direct speech. Can you see? He said, right? Why did you do that? He said, why did you do that? Can you see why did you do that? These are the actual word of this speaker, he. This was reported by somebody. Right? To say that these are the quotations. Sometimes we quote certain sections from books as well. Then we have to use quotation mark. That to say that we have quoted. But especially it is a matter of direct and indirect. We will discuss direct and indirect in your second year. Actually, for the ICT students, it is compulsory second year program. When writing minutes, right? Writing minutes, I will mostly discuss difference between this with quotations and without quotation, direct and indirect speech. Right. Okay. Then exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Let's see what we have to talk about exclamation mark. An exclamation mark is not often used. That is rare. You gave me some of the examples as well. It is usually only used after real exclamation. Exclamation means surprise. Vimatiya, right? And sometimes after short commands, and there are two situations. After exclamation, exclamation means to express our feelings. And after short commands even, we can use the exclamation mark. See? Oh dear. That indicates our feeling. No? Sometimes when we see something, we see accident, right? With the hand on our head, we might say, oh dear. Then exclamation mark. Look at this, get out. Come here, right? Look here. Go away, right? After short commands even, we use exclamation mark. As Pramod suggested, I think Pramod, after greetings also we use exclamation mark. That is not mentioned here. Remember that is also there. Starting with may, basically, right, we use exclamation mark. Right, we have come to the last part, that is brackets or parentheses. Right, we are using this, we are going to use them in sentences now. Actually, we are going to do some activities, then you will understand how to use them. Remember, this is the theory. Then brackets or parentheses. See, brackets are used to clarify or to avoid confusion. Sometimes we want to clarify something, to explain something further. Then in brackets, we explain. Sometimes if we do not write something in bracket, the sentence may be confusing, not clear, right? So in that case, we use bracket. Look at the examples. See? Yeah. Shall we write down this sentence? Can you please write down? Are you ready? Write it down.
Yes.
He told him that he had been accepted. He had been accepted for the job. He told him that he had been accepted for the job. Right. How many people are there in this sentence? How many people are mentioned?
Three people.
Three people. Any other ideas?
Two.
Two. Yeah.
Two,
Yeah, it
sir.
can. Sorry?
Two
It,
people.
two. It can be three or two. We don't know. That is why it is confusing. The sentence is confusing. In bracket, we need to say what is the name of he here. Now look at the original sentence I have given here. When he means the speaker. He is the one who said the sentence. Mr. Brown told him, Mr. Jones, that he, Mr. Green. Right? Now, here, Mr. Brown, Mr. Jones, and Mr. Green, all the three have been given in bracket. Otherwise, confuse you. Some of you told me that two people. Some of you said three. Right? So it is not clear without giving the names in bracket. Right? That is why brackets, when we use, they clarify the sentence. Right? Your answers are correct. Maybe two, maybe three. That is according to how you understand. Only the pronouns are there. Right. So that is one of the uses of brackets. Next one. They are also used for cross-references and some periods of time. Cross-reference means we once again mention from where we took it, not the idea. Cross-reference means we give, especially when we write some documents, we have to say that from which book we took it, or maybe from in the same book, in some other pages. That is called cross-reference. We need to read another book or some other sections of the same book. So we have to mention. That is called cross-reference. ඒ පොතේම තව කොටසක හරි වෙනත් පොතක හරි මේ ගැන වැඩිපුර තොරතුරු තියෙනවා. ඒවා බලන්න ඕන නම් අරක කියවන්න කියලා කියන්න ඕනේ. Right? That is called cross-reference. See? And periods. The name, the years. See? Right? It is especially common writing, right? See? William Smith. Can you see? 1910 to 1969. This is period. This is the period where he lived, William Smith. Right? Lived first in Manchester. See page 70. On page 70 of this book, you have further details about William Smith and his living in Manchester. This is cross-reference, right? And then, to show the periods and also to show cross-reference, we can use brackets. That is the second use of bracket. First one is to clarify something, clarifying ideas. Right. This is the theory behind this. Then after that, we need to do certain activities to consolidate what we have learned. Right. Before doing the activities, you can ask questions if you have. Now I
Sir,
explain. Yes.
can you explain again the difference between dash and hyphen?
Hyphen is used to show that this is a combination of two items. For example, prefix and the word. And also, when we consider two words as one, that is the purpose of using hyphen. Right? English is speaking two words, but when we understand this, we have to understand it as one. Dash indicates a short break. It is especially used in spoken language, right? When we write spoken something, so there, it indicates short break. He received a prize after some time, a certificate and a certificate as well. But when we write this, we don't write neither and as well both. Right? So therefore, dash indicates short break. Mostly my recommendation is dash is not used in formal writing. Therefore, don't worry about dash. I think you got the answer. Chamikara?
Okay, sir.
Right. Any other questions? Right. Before doing activities, I have to tell you something. Actually, this is a request from you. Right? That is the main purpose for, honestly speaking, taking some of the lectures from you, writing. I am doing a research. You already know it, right? I am reading for my PhD. So I need your support there, right? My research is with you actually, right? That is why I got your writing as well. I am marking your writing, the first activity, pre-activity. Still I am marking. I will mark and give you the comments after marking. I can't spend full time on marking it, right? Because I have work of my research as well, my thesis. And I need your support, right? Actually, my research, as you mentioned, as I mentioned earlier, to check. My research is based on students' English writing competency, right? How good the students are in writing, and what are the factors that affect the writing competency. Some of you may be weak in writing. Some of you may be good in writing, right? My research is that why some of you are good, while some of you are not that much good, right? I have decided some of the factors. One may be your school. Neither. In your school, sometimes you may not have exposed to English. The other one is maybe your parents may not have enough money to send you private tuition. That is the truth. Sometimes your parents must have thought that, and also you must have thought that, rather than English, your main subjects are prominent. Good. You have to give priority on that. There are maybe various reasons. So my research is to identify those reasons, right? I am checking your writing as well, and I want to get the details from you, right? If I send you a Google form, can you fill it and send it back to me? Because it is useful for the coming batches, maybe even you, to identify the reason why some of you are backward when learning English, right? And that may be after that, I want to propose some motivational methods. How to motivate you if you are backward, how to motivate you to learn English, right? So that is second part of this, right? After getting your details, I want to have a look at the motivational method. What are the kind of things we can do to improve the knowledge of English of those students who are backward, right? Therefore, if I send you a Google form, will you be able to fill it honestly? I don't know who you are actually. Don't write your names, right? You can write only your registration number. I don't know your registration number. I don't identify you with your registration numbers, right? Can you do me that favor? Okay. Some of you are writing in the chat box verbally, right? Because this will not, your details will not go out, right? Only I will keep them with me, but even I don't know you personally, who sent what details, right? So this is actually extremely important for me to find a right solution for the batches to come, students to come, and even you, right? So I will send you the Google form. Please fill it with your correct details, so that will be useful for me, right? And the other thing is, right, there may be some various reasons for your backwardness. In my case, right, I also learned with the greatest difficulty, right? I don't hesitate to tell that, right? I lost my father at the age of 13 when I was 13. Then my sister, right, she did not have a permanent job, helped me in my studies, right? I am from a poor family actually, when I say it, right? I don't hesitate to say that. So similarly, that is not a matter to be shy, right? That is our good luck or bad luck, right? You should be actually proud of being selected to a state university, irrespective of this situation, right? Your family status and everything, the place you live, and your parental education background, these are minor details actually, but they are important to me. Nobody will care about it. Nobody will look at you sarcastically, right? These things we can't change, right? So being rich or poor is not a problem of us, neither. It is what we have inherited by birth, like me, right? I also did not have enough money to go for tuition, right? And if honestly speak, I attend a rural school, then there were no teachers to teach English, maths, and science. I had got all S passes for all the three subjects. Anyhow, right? After that, I learned with my own effort. මම මගේ මහන්සියෙන් තමයි ඊට පස්සේ මම ගොඩ ගියේ. මම බය නෑ එක කියන මම ලැජ්ජා වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. මොකද ඒවා අපිට අපේ වැරද්දකින් වෙච්ච දේවල් නෙමෙයි. ඒක නිසා, right? Don't worry to say your actual situation. So that is not your mistake. So therefore, I expect that I told you my story. right? Without any hesitation or without any fear, right? Actually, I had only S pass for English for the O level, S pass for maths, S pass for science. That is why I could not follow my A levels in science, right? I selected commerce then after that. Anyhow, after doing A levels with my own effort, right, working hard, I improved my knowledge of English. I followed a diploma after that. After that, I got the opportunity to follow English as a subject at the university. So this is how I came. Started with an S, right? So some of you are congratulating me. Thank you, right? I told this because you don't worry to send me your actual details, right? So that will not go out. I will keep them with me. I don't know who sent which detail. For example, if Pramodar send me his details, I don't know this is Pramodar's. Right? Only Pramodar will write ICT 130. I don't know who is 130. Right? I need your registration number to check your details with the activities, the result you get. Right? That is the only purpose. So I hope that you will support me in this research. Right? Next week or in the middle of this week, I will prepare my Google form. Right? I have already got the permission from the ethic committee. Now in the university, we have ethical clearance committee, right? Ethics review committee. So I have got the permission, right? Therefore, don't worry. I will send you my request as well along with that. You can keep the request with you and then you are happy to do that. Good, good. I am also happy, right, with your support. Thank you very much for supporting me. All right, send me. Then I will look at the details, right? I don't consider the student who you are. Right. Okay. That will include your parental details and your details as well. Especially, I need to get an idea about your family background. That is in short. Right. And I will give you second activity as well, somewhere in the middle. But before that, I want to give you the result of the first one. Before giving you the second one, second activity, I will give you the result of the first one. Sometimes I will discuss the result, not taking individually. These are the mistakes you have done. If I talk about individual mistakes, it will take a long time. Isn't that so? So I will discuss common mistakes you have done so that you can adjust your mistakes by yourself. Right? That is what I am going to do. Right. So I especially share my story with the newcomers, not because of this research, without even the period when I did not do my research also. I told my story to the students because I want to show you that if you are courageous, these other external factors are not a barrier. Isn't that so? Now you have been selected to a state university. Don't worry about your family background or whatever the problems you have, personal problems. If you work hard, you have a better place, right? Not me. There are some other people who have succeeded, right? Beginning by beginning as these from these underprivileged families, right? So it is not a matter to say that you are from underprivileged family or well-to-do family. It is only a kind of concept, isn't that so? Only a concept. Sankalpayak vitarai ek. Right? Those poor people can be rich people through effort. I think that is the most valuable thing. If you are born as a rich person and you live throughout your life as a rich person, and also you die as a rich person. So I think it is more worth to be born as a poor person and becoming rich little by little and die as a rich person. Right? So I think that is more valuable. So this is the situation, right? I told this because sometimes you may be reluctant to send your details that the others will come to know about you. Of that, now you all have agreed. I will send you the Google form. Or sometimes it may be a kind of email document. I think Google form would be better. So it is easy for me. Anyway, I will send you one, right? With the request and everything. I will attach you the request letter and the permission letter from the ethics review committee and everything. So we can't do this as we want. We want to get the permission from the ethical committee. There is an ethical committee in the university. Then after that, we can do that. Right? I have already got the permission. Therefore, no problem. Right. Okay. We will turn to our activities now. Right. This one is not clear. Therefore, I have sent you a separate document. I have sent you a Word document. Right. There also we have the same thing. Actually, this is the summary. When you complete this, you can keep this as the summary. Right. Let me take that document to the screen. Right. I will take that. Right. This is the same document. You have to match. Right. You don't have to do a lot. You can copy this down if you want. If you have got a printout, no problem. Otherwise, you better, rather than copying, you can write it, the correct one. Or you can copy down and match of the punctuation mark and when used. You can keep this as a summary. Right? Punctuation marks, this is colon. Can you see? You can go for the colon and mark. Then inverted commas, question mark. Then we have exclamation mark, apostrophe, brackets, semicolon, full stop, comma. You have to first match with the names. Right? First match with the name. Then secondly, match the names with users. For example,